What's up, guys? Today I'll be critiquing PS Cube's 8.17 average of 5, and the video and the scrambles will be in the description if you want to check it out. So yeah, is there anything I would like to say? Yes, please let me know if the lighting is good enough in this video in the comments below. I went for darker lighting today, so let me know how that is. Now, for the first solve, you did a super long xcross, but it probably is okay. And I noticed that you locked up a lot on it, but let's just see if the solution is fine. So D2, B, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, and then L, U, L prime. Yep, that's perfectly fine. The only thing that you missed is you could have just made an XX cross by doing D, L prime, U2L, and then D, and now you'd have two free pairs. So yeah, that would be like a flaw, and then you RES U prime it. For that would be 3 free pairs, but no, that would be 2 free pairs after making an X cross and then RUSU from, so that'd be pretty good. But anyways, you just did this, and here you did a Y into that, which is fine, I guess, and then you had this pair, which is also fine. Here is where the problem is. So you did a D prime, but here if you just do a Y G prime, you wouldn't have to rotate. And also here, once you do the D prime, you can solve this pair by doing F prime U, L prime U prime, L U2 F prime. But what you did is this, and then you rotate it in the middle of a pair, also giving yourself a dot. So never rotate in the middle of a pair. If you want to rotate, just rotate first, like that, or like that. But I also recommend just inserting it like that. You don't have to do a rotation for it anyway, but you did this. And then for the OLL, you did the inverse of the alg that I recommend. So the alg that I do recommend is this. So fat F, U, R, U prime, R prime, S prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. Now this alg is a bit better because you don't have to do push or pinch. So yeah. Now what you did was this, which is fine, and then you had this, which is good. So yeah, first solve was pretty good. There aren't many issues with your solving style. I just want to make sure that you do keep in mind that sometimes your right index is bending like this, and you don't want that to happen. So when you're turning, don't turn like that, where your fingers are bending like this. You don't want them to bend this way, you want them to bend this way. And to prevent that, simply try turning with the tip of your fingers instead of the pad of your fingers. So don't turn like this, but rather turn like this. So you turn like this, you can turn faster, it's more reliable turning. So yeah, that's it for the first solve. Yeah, number one thing you got to work on is your turning. Your turning is not good. When you're turning, you use the pads of your fingers, and your fingers bend like this, especially during that M perm and that OLL. It's not good. You got to work on it. Anyways, for the cross, it's kind of weird because you did a very long cross and it wasn't an X cross, so I'm not sure what you were trying to do here. But if you just want to solve cross in the nicest, most efficient and finger trick friendly way, just do U2 prime, R prime, F, L, D2, and then here you can actually just do U, L2 prime, U, L, and then that, etc. Then here you can do this pair like that, I guess. I don't know. But you did a very long solution that wasn't really necessary. And what you did was R, B prime, R prime, U2, R prime, F, L. And then U, D2, U prime for some reason. That U prime was not necessary. And for first pair, what you did was sexy and then rotate and insert. And to solve this pair, don't rotate. And once again, don't rotate in the middle of a pair anyway. But solve this pair by doing R, B prime, U prime, B, R prime like this. But anyways, what you did was this, and then you had this pair, which was fine. You just solved it like that. And I will say, though, for look-ahead purposes, you could have done something like here, when you were inserting this pair, you didn't have to insert the pair like that. You could have just not inserted the pair, and then now take out this pair, and then insert this pair, and then insert this pair, because you have more pairs to insert. But you just did it normally, which is fine. You just inserted the pair. And then you had this pair, which you did like that, which is fine. But yeah, no, it's fine. But here you rotated for it. You don't have to rotate, just do FU prime. Now for the OLL, you did like something like this and with bad finger tricks. So for this angle, really, it's better to just regrip for the ALG. More reliable and faster. But if you don't want to regrip, don't use that ALG. Use this ALG. Fat F, double inverse XC, Fat F prime. And this ALG is really nice and fast. So yeah. But then you had an M-perm, and for this M-perm, you really went like that. And to turn properly, once again, turn with the tips of your fingers, and don't let your fingers bend this way because they have to bend this way, like that. So this is correct turning with the tips, and this is incorrect turning. Okay, so you just need to practice turning like this. Good. Okay, so for the third solve, you did a very interesting solution, which would have been okay, but you did U prime, R, B prime, U, L prime, U prime to pair this pair up. But here, instead of doing D2R, U2R, you did D2, R2, R prime, which doesn't make sense since you planned it anyway. So why would you do R2, R prime, right? But after inserting it, you didn't cancel into the next pair, which is unfortunate. You should have canceled. And then here you rotated, which you didn't really have to, but you did. And then you had this pair, which you solved it like this, which is okay, but I just want you to know that doing a lefty sledge and inserting it is better most of the time. But what you did is this, which is okay. And then for this pair, you did R prime, U2, R2, U, etc. You did that solution. And I just want to tell you that this solution is a little bit better because it's TPS spam and faster. So R, U prime, R prime, U, R, U prime, R prime, U2, R, U prime, R prime. But yeah, what you did is this. And then you had OLL. What did you do for your OLL? You did COLL into PLL skip, and you did U prime. You don't have to do that, just do U, obviously. And to recognize AUF for this ZBLL / COLL, just recognize the fact that these two stickers are matching here. Well, they're not matching here, but when it's an AUF skip, these will be matching. So since they are a U2 away, you'll know that it's a U2 AUF. But yeah, that's what you had. So good. So yeah, it's very evident in your F moves, especially that you're bending your fingers a lot in the wrong direction, and you want to be doing moves with your fingertips and not the pads of your fingers because they will end up being slower. But what you did was Y2 into an M2, no, you did a Y2 into an M2 U2 M prime cross. So R, B prime, R prime, D, I'll accept that. And then here, for the first pair you did this, which is a good option. Yeah, I'll take that. But then here you chose a bad option because you could have done this pair, which is a better option. But you did this pair instead. I mean, it's not horrible, but you did that. And then next what you did was this pair. And be sure when you're solving this pair that you push the U prime and do a U2 prime. Then you had a free pair here, right? But you should have done a back sledge like that. And back sledge, you just do this and the mirror. So wide R prime, U, wide R, and then fat F prime like that. Mirror it to the right for the other angle, but you did not do that. You just inserted it, and then here you rotated for the M2 U2 M prime. And guess what? If you're gonna rotate anyway, then how about rotate first? Because that way you can do a sledge from this angle, and then you can, you know, like just think outside of the box, you know. But you did this, and then you did this, and then you had this OLL. But for this OLL, please use this algorithm. So yeah, use good algs, please. But you did this algorithm, and then you had a U-perm, which you did that for. So good. Nothing much to say about this solve other than the facts that you should please work on your finger tricks, and yeah. Okay, last solve. So I do wanna mention that for the last pair you did U R prime with the pinch turn. Whenever you have a U and then an R prime, always do a push U because you're overworking your right index finger if you do a pinch U. That said, your cross was R prime F, D F, DF, D prime. That's perfectly fine, but you chose a weird way to do the first pair. So don't do this. Never do that. Just do L prime U L2 U L prime because it's a 5 mover. But you did this, which is bad. Don't do that. And the next you had this pair. Okay, so first time it was fine because you did an FUR prime, but this time you did a rotation for it. And there's two things I want to say. So if you're going to take this pair out, do not do that, because instead you can just do that. You can just do a U2 insert to avoid AUFing. Or just please use this solution. It's better, okay? Just use this solution. Use the sledge solution, right? But you did this, which is not so good, and then you did RR prime for no reason. Don't do that. And then for this pair, there are a few more ways to solve it that I want to show you. So what you did is this, of course, right? But there is also from here, when the corner is over here, when the edge is stuck with the edge, with the centerpiece, you can do this solution for it, which is pretty nice. So F prime U, L prime U prime, L2 F L prime. Or you can have it at the front and you do R prime F, R2 U prime, R prime U F prime. They're both pretty nice solutions. But you did this, and then you had this pair. So once again, please push the U. Do not do something like that because it's overworking and it's not good. So yeah, please push the U. Now for the OLL, you did a bad alg for it. Do not use this algorithm, whatever it is. No, that's a bad alg. Just do R prime F, R, U, R prime F prime, R, F, U prime, F prime. So yeah, it looks like that. Whoops. You did this though. It's bad alg, don't do it. And you had this PL A firm. So yeah, this is a very fast critique because there just wasn't too much to talk about. For you, the main things I want you to focus on is turning. Number one thing you got to work on is turning, because everything else is mostly good. So number one tip, please turn using your fingertips and don't let your fingers bend this way. You want them to bend this way. So work on your turning. Now, the other steps I want you to take is for cross, do shorter cross solutions. You don't always have to do long cross solutions. And try canceling into your first pair. Don't do R2R primes for cross plus one. For your F2L, it's mostly efficient. Just remember, don't rotate in the middle of the pair. I think I've said this in every single critique, and I will continue to say it in every single critique. That's just the unfortunate reality. Other than that, your F2L is pretty good. And for your OL and PLL, they're not bad, but you just need to use better algorithms. You just use a bunch of bad algorithms that you should switch to better ones. And I have made updated OL and PLL videos that you can go check out. I've linked them in the description. But yeah, not too much to say. Main thing is turning. Secondary thing is don't rotate in the middle of a pair. Last thing, switch to better last layer algorithms, please. But other than that, you're pretty good. You're planning first pair most of the time, it seems, and you should start working on trying to plan as far as possible. Maybe plan second pair as well. But yeah, you're pretty good. Not too many things to say in this critique. You've broken the record for shortest critique, so congratulations. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to get your own solves critique, simply send me a video with 5 solves and post the reconstructions in the description. So you can send me a video link through the comments section of any video. I will keep that and I'll critique it once I get to it. I still have plenty of videos to critique, but yep. Thanks for watching.